So this is a video by a guy named Anarchy Ball, and I don't mean as in Mr. Dabberton, I mean as in actual, the guy's name is Anarchy Ball, you can see that here. Entitled Justice Democrats, Free Crap is a Lie. Let us watch. Also, love your profile here. Really shows that anyone who isn't a complete anarcho-capitalist is a Marxist.
Greetings and welcome to Anarchy Ball. Today I'm going to be doing a video examining the new party that Seneca.
Seneca? Okay, we must be talking about something different then. I mean, I know of Cenk Uygur and Kyle Kalinske, I don't know who this Seneca is.
From the Young Turks has come up with called the Justice Democrats.
Wait, from the Young Turks. Do you mean Cenk? You pronounced Cenk as Seneca.
And it looks like it's going to be a reboot of the Tea Party in 2008, 2010 era, only with Democrats.
Okay, wouldn't you people support the Tea Party's anti-tax, anti-government spending values, though? I genuinely don't see this comparison. If anything, shouldn't this comparison be a positive thing?
So here we go. Hold on to your seats.
Okay. Now I can't unpause the video. I guess I could use my nose.
We cannot
This keyboard
risk another
smells
election
weird.
where the corporate Democrats bungle it and have a maniac like Donald Trump win again.
Look at me. I'm your future. Let the dream die. Let the dream die. Let it die.
For the record, I had no clue what the point of the media clip was, or even what the joke was. Was it that Seneca is going to turn into that? I don't get it. It's not funny either way.
I think the establishment Democrats are never going to get it. And that's why we had to start the Just Democrats. Just get them out of office already. And I don't want them losing to Republicans. I want them losing to progressives.
This is the great conundrum of politics.
Oh god, this guy's gonna sound smart now.
All the people he wants out of office share similar views to him on paper, but do not carry them out in practice.
Actually, they say they have similar views to get elected, and then never carry out those similar views, even though we have given them a long enough period of time to the point where they can carry out those similar views to someone like Seneca.
And he is wondering why that is. He thinks that it's because they're sold out. The actual reason is very much different, and we'll get into that in a minute. It's MX versus edX.
Okay, I actually googled what I thought he said. It was MX versus edX. I got a whole bunch of sports terminology. So, I literally have no clue what that's supposed to mean. I also googled other things like NX versus MX to see if maybe I misheard it, but I usually just end up with sports terminology. So I have no clue what he means by that.
Keep watching.
Okay. Well, it would have been easier to keep watching if you didn't pause for that few seconds. Didn't pause it.
The biggest problem with the Democratic Party is that they've bought into the framework of the corrupt system.
The whole point is to have strong progressives who are not going to back down. And we're tired of the corporate Democrats who are always conceding, always losing. I think that they're paid to lose. Part of it is frustration with the Democratic Party incompetence. I mean, Jesus, they have demographic advantages. They have advantage on every policy issue, and they've lost the House, the Senate, the White House, and 70% of the state legislatures. That number is stunning.
Do you know what an even more stunning number is? It's the 46.9% of people who were eligible to vote but did not vote. Why didn't they vote? Because they didn't think any option was preferable to the other.
Okay, one, that's a huge generalization. I guarantee there are other factors like, say, illnesses or traffic. But two, yeah, and we are trying to give them more preferable options via progressives, considering how much of the America is progressive. If you look at Bernie Sanders' ideas, they're extremely popular. So we're going to give those people choices that they will like, and they're going to go out and vote for them. That's our plan.
Therefore, you're attempting to beat a dead horse back to life. It's pathetic. Get real, Seneca.
Okay. I still don't get how you got Seneca out of Chank, unless this is some bad joke that I don't get, or maybe it's an in-joke. Okay? Who knows? If so, you're not saying it in a way that's friendly to the audience. Say it is an in-joke, which I'm not even sure it is. I should at least have an idea like, oh, it's an in-joke, I should go back through his previous videos, or it should be short. You've done it about 3 times now. So, is it in confidence, or is it a joke that isn't funny?
You can do better.
Like your pronouncing skills. What's your point? Also, let's look at that platform real quick. Things like defend free speech and expression, re-regulate Wall Street and hold white-collar criminals accountable, pass a constitutional amendment to end corruption in Washington, and bring about election reform. Remember these, this will be important later. Also, breaking up the big banks, that's going to be important later.
The platform's also on the website. So you can look at the platform and get a sense of where we stand.
Oh my God, seriously? I can go to your website and find out where you stand?
Yes, that's what he just said.
That's so amazing. Free shit? Free shit? I'm going to vote for that right away. Let's.
Okay. Yes, he is going to make free speech free. He is going to break up the big banks for free. He is going to end corruption in Washington for free. I don't think you thought this point out all that well.
Get some free shit on the table. That's so awesome. Hey, you know what? MX versus edX.
What does that even mean?
People who say free shit and don't do free shit have a reason for that, don't they?
You cannot take corporate or big money donors. If you're going to be a Justice Democrat, you just can't take it. If you take it by definition, you're not a Justice Democrat. Because the whole point is to clean up the party.
There's a famous quote from Barney Frank where he basically said, what do you want us to do? Just lay down and let the Republicans take 100% of the big bank money and Wall Street money?
Do you think it would really be better for liberals if all the money from the banks went to Republicans as opposed to just 80%?
So the implication is, well, I mean, obviously we have to take some because we have to compete. And our answer to that is a resounding no.
And away we go. So the productive economy doesn't think that your redistributive models would work out well for them.
Except for the people who support Bernie Sanders' ideology, which is most of the country. He is one of the most popular politicians right now, after all. But what does that have to do with anything?
Therefore, they will tell you a certain thing to get elected because they know that what you actually want is not doable.
Except for the fact that every other modern nation has been able to do that successfully in the cases of things like universal health care. Countries like Slovenia have been able to implement a decent amount of public colleges. And again, we're not even saying all colleges should be free, just a good amount of them. So that way you can go to, say, a community college and get a free 4-year degree. Or, you know, so it has been proven to be doable. And again, what does this have to do with anything?
So they lie to you and you accept it every time they do. Now you're looking for people to lie to you and accept the lie as reality.
Okay, do you have any proof that the Justice Democrats are corrupt? If so, I'd love to see it, and I'll gladly report it on my channel and say, oh god, I was wrong. But you don't have any. And again, what does this have to do with anything? I could have just said that. I could have just said, what does this have to do with anything? But even when you're going off topic, you are still wrong.
You're insane. MX versus edX.
What does that mean?
You don't. You can actually build this from the ground up. You can fundraise with workers. You can go directly to the people, just like Bernie Sanders, $27 at a time. And this is probably the biggest part of the Justice Democrats. You take a pledge to take zero corporate money. That makes it so the incentive structure makes you more beholden to the people.
Votes are not reality.
What does this have to do with anything? I mean, Kyle was just talking about how we need to go to the people and, oh, look at how much money we've raised. And you're like, well, votes aren't reality. I'm like, what?
You can vote for free shit all you want to, but that free shit will not materialize simply because you voted for it.
Like roads will. Wait. Or libraries will. Wait a minute. Or schools will. Okay. Okay.
You have to understand that just because you voted doesn't mean magic exists. Reality exists.
Oh my god. This is a deep philosophical thing, man. Reality exists. Did you people know that?
What you're proposing is stupid. Everything you talk about has to be paid for. People don't want to pay for it. They want to have their own stuff.
Even though Norway is the happiest country right now, where people are allowed to speak out against the government, and they have extremely, I believe they have about at least 50% tax rate, and people there love it. People there are happy to pay for each other. Now, granted, I'm not denying that Norway has different atmosphere and other things that we can't get at right now. However, you can't just deny Norway's existence.
You're stupid. Get over it. Get
Go to
used to it.
JustDemocrats.com.
This
First
is
thing
reality.
Is just sign up if you're a strong progressive and you want a strong wing of the Democratic Party. We've already had 100,000 people sign up in a week.
As long as you stand for the principles and ideals that we've outlined in that platform, then we're willing to take a look at you and vet you and potentially run you.
The idea here is to go big. We want to run hundreds of candidates if we can. If we can get a couple of dozen in the first election in 2018, that would shock the world and that would be an amazing progress. There's a thirst for this. People are dying for there to be a strong wing of the Democratic Party, and that's what this is.
Right, so here we are. The Bernie brothers are now incapable of winning an election without the Democratic Party, so they've decided to go back to the Democratic Party and say, we're using the Democratic ideals that you guys stand for against you. Little do they know, the Democratic ideals are just another myth.
Well, corporate Democratic ideals, but that's another story.
Free shit doesn't exist.
Okay, no one's saying it does.
Democracies do not create free shit.
But anarcho-capitalism does. That's how we're going to create libraries and schools and, you know, everything's going to be affordable because magic from space.
And just because you steal it doesn't mean it's sustainable. Here we are. Welcome to reality. Get used to it. Fuck off.
Hey, it's my opinion on anarcho-capitalism in a nutshell.
I'm Anarchy Ball.
And he didn't finish his sentence. Although, maybe his full sentence was just, I'm Anarchy Ball, in case we forgot by how bland he was. Overall, this is a very weak video. It doesn't even really make an argument against the Justice Democrats. It feels like it was made more on the lines of someone like Heisenberg or Vita, where they just want to get everything out there, just want to get everything they think out there, and don't consider whether or not it's actually relevant to what's going on. But that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.